Mines and Money London, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, 2018 here, and it's the third day actually now, and we start the morning with Myanmar Metals, a emerging silver, lead, zinc, etc. Producer from Myanmar actually also, and John Lamb, the chairman and CEO, is here with us. Good morning.
Morning, Jochen. Glad to be with you.
Yeah, glad also to have you here. Honestly, Myanmar is something which we haven't had on the landscape so far, so it's even more interesting. Maybe you can give us a short overview on the company, please.
Sure, I've got no doubt you've had very little in from Myanmar. It's an unusual place to be working. We're the first Western company to be back into Myanmar, so we're leading the charge. Myanmar Metals is an ASX listed company. We're a junior. We're based in Perth, and we have an amazing project in Myanmar. We're 51% owner of the historical Bordwin mine. Quite a fascinating story, which I'm sure we'll get to. And as you say, it's a silver, lead, zinc, copper, nickel and cobalt deposit.
Yeah, so that's to me like the battery metals, solar metals mine, honestly it looks like. And as you're saying, you are building a mine. So how far advanced is everything on what you are working currently?
Yeah, look, correct. It's in some ways it's very advanced. It's a historical mine that ran for about 30 years from between the wars, World War I to World War II. And then it closed down in World War II, and it's sat there waiting for decades since for someone to come along and restart it. So we're going through pre-feasibility at the moment. We'll be doing that until the end of first quarter next year, and then very quickly through, and we'll be in first production by late 2021.
Okay, well, that's not that far away. That's almost, let's say, 3 years. Yeah, and can you give us a bit more details? So, what economic numbers you found out so far, and also maybe mine life-wise, AIC-wise, what would be the margin?
Yeah, look,
because the investors are watching us.
Absolutely.
We need to know how to make money.
This project, Bordwin is a famous mine. It operated for about 600 years, so hundreds and hundreds of years.
There's still something inside?
Oh, there's most of what was there is still there. So about 600 years. It was built famously by Herbert Hoover before he went to become American president in 1908. Built it up to be the greatest producer of silver and lead in the world during the 1920s and 30s. So it was quite a substantial mine. And so we're back in reopening this old deposit, fascinating old deposit. And in terms of economics, I'll give you a taste. We're just planning a starter pit at this point. So 13 years of life, 21 million tonnes. That little project alone has a net present value of $1 billion US.
Wow.
And that's the first of several. There's probably 50 years of mining on this site once we get going.
Wow, okay. And 50 years of mining is for all the metals you mentioned? Or?
Correct, all the metals. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But I think this is really quite a seldom combination of those metals. I never heard that you have
very rare. Yeah, very
all those
rare.
metals together.
It's quite unusual, but I've been mining for 30 years. Normally you get zinc, lead, silver, copper and gold together. Very rare to get nickel and cobalt in there too, and we're not finding any gold, which is quite unusual. It has the geologists puzzling, but you know, I'm a miner and I'll just work on the mining.
Okay, can we talk about let's say cost of production, even if you want to do it like silver equivalent or copper equivalent?
Oh, sure.
Can you give us a smell of that?
Yeah,
because with
absolutely.
so many metals inside, it looks to me like that 3-4 metals are paying for the rest, right?
Well, one metal's paying for the rest.
Okay.
And pick one. Pick one. As a lead mine, just viewed as a primary lead mine, this is the most significant pre-production lead project in the world by a very long way. So it's actually a lead, silver, then zinc is third in order of importance, and then copper, nickel and cobalt. But to give you an idea, our scoping study work shows that if you consider just zinc, so if you do it as a zinc equivalent, so convert all the other metals into equivalent zinc, it's total all-in sustaining cost 45 cents a pound of zinc. So that's not bad going.
Yeah, that's good. Zinc price today is what, 85, 90 cents or something, right?
Oh, zinc, I don't know today. That's something we'll need to look up. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
We think of it as
it's a beautiful mine.
It's a beautiful mine. Yeah, that's right. It's if you want to think in terms of dollars per ton, $84 US a ton is the total cost right through to the smelter gate, and the ore is worth maybe $300 a ton. So you get the idea of how much margin there is in every ton of ore.
That is fantastic. Sounds very healthy to me.
It is, and a lot of fun.
As you said, lead is, let's say, the primary metal. Can you give us an idea, percentage-wise, how much share is of each metal of the whole amount?
Yeah, so look, it varies a little bit as the prices go up and down. So in recent times,
roughly, I would say.
so probably a third lead, a third silver, and then a third everything else roughly on value. But at the moment, lead's probably a little higher than a third, and silver's probably a little lower than a third. But in terms of the grade of the deposit, has a high grade sort of central piece to it, and we're talking 7.8% lead, 3.5% zinc, 6 ounces a tonne of silver, which is quite phenomenal, 0.3% copper, and then nickel and cobalt that we have yet to quantify. So it's very, very high grade.
Yeah, fantastic. What I'm also interested in now is how much money is needed to build it, first of all, and do you face already interest, let's say, from trading houses, for example, because I could imagine that you will produce several concentrates, of course. Yeah?
That's right, yeah,
and
correct.
so the trading houses must love you.
Well, we are, let's just say we're having conversations at the moment. But look, in terms of cost, we're seeing a $200 million build cost, and that builds the life of mine infrastructure. So it builds the mill, it builds the power supply, the water, the pipelines, the rail, the road, the village, all of those things. That is paid back by this first little starter pit in 2 years. So we're looking to fund that as much as we possibly can by debt financing. And at this point, we haven't traded the offtake. So yes, you're quite right. The trading houses and quite a few smelters are also very interested in talking to us.
So Myanmar itself, I mean, it is like a still development country, of course. It just, let's say, opened up the last years, really. How is it infrastructure-wise? How sustainable is power supply, for example? How do you manage the water? What looks the infrastructure like?
It is an absolutely amazing country. And I think people go to Myanmar considering perhaps that it's going to be a frightening place or a lawless place, and it's none of those things. It is very stable. It's a good environment in which to do business, and the infrastructure is actually really good. So the airlines and the airports work really well. There's a bit of traffic congestion in some of the major cities, but the major highways are good. And one of the most exciting things is we're in the north of the country, in the Shan State, very close to the Chinese border. One of the most exciting things is that China and Myanmar have just signed an MOU, and this is the One Belt, One Road, and it comes right across the middle of Myanmar.
New Silk Road.
Absolutely, to a deep water port that the Chinese will build in the Bay of Bengal, and that runs right past where we are. So it's a very, very exciting place to be in the world.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that sounds great to me, honestly, and I have a good feeling that you're going to make that. And I think Myanmar needs your mine for sure, because taxes and jobs, of course.
And you make a good point, and that's a conversation we've had with the government. This is the flagship of a new mining industry. They rule a line under what they've done before, and through this project they set their expectations of what a foreign company should do and how we should behave, what level of technical expertise and what level of safety and environmental care should be brought to bear on the project. And of course it's going to pay the government a nice big dividend, and of course they are very, very supportive of the project, so it's wins all round.
Yeah, but honestly that's what you need, so let's put it that way. The permitting, development goes all very smoothly through, right?
Yes. So far we've been fine with that. I expect no bumps in the road, so it's good.
Fantastic. So then get it built and go in production, and we talk again.
Well, you'll have to come and see.
Exactly. Oh, I would love to, honestly.
It is a beautiful place.
Great. Thank you very much, John. All the best for that. Merry Christmas.
You're most welcome.
And I look forward. Maybe we see us at PDAC then. In Toronto.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that.
Then I would be happy to get an update from you.
Fantastic.
Great. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it was John Lamb, the Chairman and CEO of Myanmar Metals, and you heard it. There is a big mine construction. Will soon going on here. They are fully in the development of everything. Pre-feasibility is working. The margins look fantastic so far. The Myanmar government is really supporting heavily the project, and as John alluded to, this is the new flagship project for the new mining industry in Myanmar. And I would say, check out the company really, because it's quite seldom that you have a company running or restarting a 600-year-old mine, and with the first starter pit they can pay back the investment. That's really, really new to me also, and really interesting for me money-wise, because finally we all want to make money with our investments. So check it out. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from London.